Welcome to my reality. In this series, we'll explore the outer rim to the inner rim and everything in between. So, my reality is species, technology, planets. You think it, this is in my reality, a version of it at least. I started this, I don't know, I've always kind of had this reality. It's gone through a different set of names. So I think the early stages it was called a bomb world city town, and it was featured one character called Monkey King, and Monkey King started off from just a random sketch to having a bit more character, and his first name is actually just called Monkey, and then from there it developed into this labyrinth of this. It just exploded. So I was redesigning my initial sketch, of the character, and it turned into Monkey King, and then years down the line, I wanted to update Monkey King, and I didn't like the fact that it wasn't similar to what I had before, and then it expanded the story even more, and so it went from Monkey King to Amos, his brother, and then I created different backstories for each of those characters, and then I just liked both of the ideas that I was going with, and so I made up this whole new backstory. So where Monkey King came first, he was in a world that was wiped out by an unknown disease at the time, but they called it AIDS, and it killed his people, but it also killed all the animals, and this one pocket of the civilization was revived. None of the animals were revived, just the people. But what they didn't know, that they merged with the animals, and so every generation after that they were mutated, and he wanted to fix this mutation. He was the third generation since the first species, or the first of them, to wake up, and he's a mad genius. He is the go-to person you would want to back you in any scientific or technological advantage. You want something made, you go to him. He will pretty much get it done. And he explored that. He created his own planet called the Four Elements, which are literally 4 planet-sized pockets that are in a force shieldy kind of blob, and they're all connected into one little space station in between, and they're all connected together. And so you go to one area, it's all just Earth, nothing else. One is just wind, one is water. So like I say, it's the 4 elements. I think I'm missing one there. And it is where he created his different species, and he never managed to cure his people. That is just an unknown feature of his past. Like, I don't even know it yet, and I haven't really explored that part of his character. But what I have explored is that he got lonely at some point in his life, and he's lived a very long life. And so, wanting to cure this, he created a clone version of himself. And very quickly, that clone realized he was a clone. But even with that acknowledgement, he still views Monkey as his younger brother. And then we got his fake memories backstory. And so the fake memory backstory is that Amos and Monkey were mutated children from a royal family where they were discarded and ridiculed and sent to a prison for just looking the way they are. And trying to fix themselves, they mutated even further to what they look like now. And the prison guards and even the prisoners themselves all came together and helped them escape the prison. And then both of them together wiped out their own people, and settled somewhere deep into space. Never really be heard of again until rumours came about of them creating species and stuff like that. So that's actually the fake reality. The real reality, he was just made from Monkey, and then together they made multiple species. They tried to make a clone a clone civilization of their DNA, and the first couple didn't really go well. One of them called what's his name? I think it's like Blood Drunk or something. Yeah, Blood Drunk was the first one, and he was a bit cuckoo in the head. He literally, the namesake, he created his own little pocket on a random planet, and he can sense when ill intent is within his compound or on the planet itself, and he has this just urge to kill them. He is literally isolated character. Then the second one, Destiny Arc. She manages to escape because she was locked down and kept hidden. But because of blood drunk, and they didn't know what to expect, but she managed to escape, and a ragtag group picked her up and helped her out. There's a lot more in between her escaping and her being found, but I'll do that in another video. And yeah, one more note: the original species that Monkey has come from was called Vinvin, but they're no longer around, or at least there's no evidence of them being around, but who knows. I think that covers everything that I know currently about the Monkey brothers. Their names, their species names. So Monkey's original species called Vinvin, but he goes by blood-sucking monkey person, and his brother is called blood-sucking fish monkey. Yeah, it's an old titles that I had for them. But yeah, I think that covers it. Hope you enjoy this video. And hopefully I'll see you next. Peace out.